Elmley Lake opening for friends again. I must make sure and do one of these at least once or twice a month, well, both of them a month, or at least once if the weather is good, because it's going to be the best chance for spotting owls. You were always coming out around 5 p.m. and making your way to the gate, and everything was over. Oh, we've got some little grebes in the pond here. So I'm going to try and do some filming. What the... Was that a little... I think that's a little grebe. That would have been a great photo. Little grebe chasing a coot. Yeah, so it was a little grebe chasing a coot. That would have been a cracking image, but missed it. I wouldn't have been able to get the camera ready in time. It was going that way. It was a smaller bird chasing a bigger bird. And before I realised what was going on, it was over. There's a lot of... this is why I've put you on the camera stand for the tripod for now. In case it happens again, I want to be ready. So anyway, yeah, we arrived here and there was a buzzard on a post out front. So I parked the cab up and I ran down and hid behind a bush and tried to catch it. But as per usual, they've got amazing eyesight, obviously. So it took it flew around for a while, glided. I got loads of video, loads of photos. I got a nice one of it looking right at me with the right kind of lighting, not a whited out background, a white out background, looking straight at me. Everything flared out, perfect, and loads of footage. Then there was some sand martins on one of the cables, and so I took some photos and some video shaking around in the wind. And then there was a moment when two of the sand martins, one kept moving closer to the other one, and then he wasn't having it and moving further away and further away. Would have been nicer with blue background, but they'll probably start showing up soon en masse, and we can get loads of flight shots. Came in and a little bit of meadow pipit action. Some on the track. I took some pictures of one flying. I kind of just flung my camera up and held my button down, and I sort of clipped one of the wings, but you can see it looks like a sort of missile shaped when it tucks its wings in and collides for a second. And got some footage of one going along the track briefly. There was a yellow wagtail, I think it was female. She went after a dragonfly sort of behind me. I couldn't stretch back to get it, so unfortunately that didn't happen. And looking out for the bittern, nothing yet. Marsh harriers. So those are that's the highlight so far. And hopefully we're going to stay late, and I'm hoping very least for shorty, little owl, and is it too windy for a barn owl? We'll see. And we're going to make our way down and see if we can catch the redshank, the spotted redshank this time. I'm here. I didn't come specifically for that. They've been down there. We're going to wait for a bit of cloud cover before I go walking, and we'll go and see if they're down there. And the bearded reedlings, the reedlings have been spotted again, which I saw last time. I'd like to get some more footage of those. Finally got a tiny bit of footage on a sedge warbler, my first for the year. I've kind of seen bits of them here and there, never enough to photograph or film. So it's about 2 seconds, 3 seconds, slowed down. Another thing, I only got a couple of seconds, was reedlings, a male and I think a juvenile, flew across the path, even in this wind. So a couple of seconds on a reed, flying back and forward. So down, and we had a Spitfire go over. So hopefully, so we just bumped into some people who said didn't see the spotted redshank, and the tide is right out, so I'm assuming most of the birds come in when the tide's in because there's no feeding out there, but obviously with it out they can eat as much as they want in the mud. So it almost looks like there's no river. I should try and get a photo of it or some footage to show you just how narrow it goes down. Anyway, hopefully we'll see some reedlings because there's been a lot of talk about them. Lots of reed warblers for sure, and some reed buntings. I might get another bit of footage like I did last week, really crystal clear, of a male singing. Another brief few seconds of a reedling, a male this time. I think it was in a better condition than the last one. And as we were walking along the track, we spooked a couple of skylarks, and they took off, and I thought, how did I not see those? And they sort of went round to the right and landed on the track again, obviously after a dust bath. So filmed a little bit of that. It's very windy, so I got down on one knee to try and stabilise. So it's good to have got some skylarks as well added to today's list. We're just about to hit the hides, fingers crossed. That was a touch. Corn bunting. I don't know if this is picking it up, but it was calling, doing that throat call it does. We heard it over there. Came round here, and he's up there, literally the same kind of bush he was on last time. I was filming it, getting gradually closer and closer. I filmed it from a distance at first in case it took off, and I gradually got closer and closer, took some pictures, and then a yellow wagtail landed, bosh, right next to it. And I was like, quick at my settings, and stayed in the frame for a bit. I tried to take some pictures, but it was that annoying thing where the one bird is very slightly behind the other, so you can't get them both 100% in focus. But the video, it's a nice video, so that's a nice little touch. Well, I've got everything I wanted and more. I was hoping firstly for spotted redshank in their summer plumage, the black plumage. Green sandpipers, 2 green sandpipers. And what are those? Swans? No, 7 spoonbill. Saw straight away as soon as I saw the long neck and the bit of yellow at the front. What a touch. And then I saw the WhatsApp message from Simon come through. And they came up about 5 or 6 times, so it was a mix of video and photos. They won't be great because of all the heat haze, but I've got a really good one of them just all lined up going past the wind farms. Awesome. Now just for some owls to round the day off. Okay, I think they've gone now. I went down to the schoolhouse to look for the little owl. Nothing. It's quite windy, it's probably why it isn't out. But as I turned to come back, I saw one kestrel hovering really low, another kestrel. There were 3 kestrels swooping around, dive bombing each other. Clearly must be juveniles, all brothers and sisters, and just playing with each other. I tried to get what video I could, and then I switched to video photos and tried to sort of get, you know, them right together close in midair, hoping for 3. Couldn't get all 3 in the same shot, but as I'm just keeping an eye, because a couple of times I went to start filming and they appeared again. So I haven't seen any since they probably worked their way back out to the reserve. But no owl, and that was a consolation I was happy with. Yeah, pretty good. You'll see some of the photos. That's really good. That's it. Just going to do a final recap while we're trying to get out of the reserve on time. Sun's gone down and we've just had a great show from one of the short-eared owls. So I've got loads of footage to show you. I'll slow it down a little bit. It's lovely backlit, hovering, never caught anything. Thought we might see a barn owl, and no little owl either. A bit of a shame. Other little things, there was a grey wagtail I got taken off from a post, a pochard, female pochard with some chicks. Lots of footage because they let me pull up right next to them. Skylarks. I took some fitting it all in the frame, and then I zoomed right into its face so you could see all of the feather detail, just to sort of have a bit of fun. It sort of, his eye sometimes comes out of the frame, but sometimes it stays in, but just for the sake of seeing how sharp it can be. you can have a look at that. It's just, yeah, it's lovely. They get much more use to you later on in the day. And I've just remembered when we went to the front gate and turned around, there was a kestrel on the path by the gate, first gate, and it had I think it was a vole. It was taking a couple of chunks out of it, and got some footage of that, and tried to sort of sneak closer, but he wasn't having it. All in all, no bitten. It still is 25 minutes till closing, 3 minutes to sunset. I think that wraps everything up. And you might see me come back if I spot something else. Okay, over and out. Another Friends of Elmley evening done.